This video is brought to you by Dave's Custom Airsoft Store.
Pirate, go!
Now, Classic Army, MP5, Burger and Vomit version of it. Really, what can I say about the gun? As a CQB gun, it is awesome! One hell of a gun. You've really got to get hold of one of these, they are really good. As a woodland gun, wouldn't really know, but I'd say it would probably hold its own. There's a shooting test coming up at the end of the video. Keep watching it, okay? I'm going to be using the high-speed camera as well to knock down some targets to demonstrate how well it will perform in a CQB situation. Now, this part of the video is going to focus on the gun itself and the external quality and the build, alright? Internally, all you need to know, this gun has got an M90 in it currently. It's chronoing at 330, pretty much repeatedly 330, very consistent gun. Occasionally dips down a bit, occasionally it's like 228, 229, but really doesn't go over 330. It's an excellent gun. I got this from Dave's Custom Airsoft Store, and you'll see the t-shirt right there. Okay, Dave, thank you. It's a really nice gun. Dave himself probably won't be saying, huh, that's alright. He probably hates it because I actually shot him with it. Sorry Dave, he's felt the sting of this gun. This is a really good gun. Externally, okay, other things to note. Not actually entirely Classic Army, the stock is Cyma. Now, the reason for that is because Dave didn't want to ship it with the standard stock because he felt it was a little bit too wobbly. Just for his own personal liking. He does things down to a T. Dave does not do half measures. Dave said, you know what, it's a little bit wobbly, I'll change it. And that's brilliant. I'd rather he did that and shipped it to me with a wobbly stock. Now, the stock, you will note, being a Cyma stock, actually really good quality. I've got no problems with that. The lower receiver, okay, good, strong, decent ABS. Really strong, okay? It's not a fiber, I don't think. I think it's just ABS, but very strong. It's very thick ABS as well. Once you take the shell out, you actually realise just how thick it is. It's like a good sort of 3-4mm thick. It's not going to break anytime soon. Same goes for the foregrip. Very sturdy. If anything, sturdier than an ICS foregrip. No problems with that. Okay. Pistol grip. Where you keep your motor. No heatsink on the bottom as such, just some holes. Okay, that's for your ventilation. It'll say Classic Army. That's the only Classic Army trademark on the weapon. The upper receiver itself doesn't have Classic Army written on it anywhere on mine. It'll have Cal 9x19, which is your standard, you know, real steel trademark. The sights, all metal. Everything on here is a metal alloy. I'm not sure if it's a steel alloy of some kind, but I'm pretty sure just an alloy. Now, as you'll tell here, cocking handle, great. Okay, that lever, awesome. The spring behind it, tension it's got, really good. Okay, do not HK slap it. If you HK slap this gun, you will lose your charging handle. There is no question about that. You have got the ability to mount optics using a claw mount. Come standard on the receiver. With the drum itself, the sight drum, okay, does rotate. It is the rotating variety. And it's got a standard traditional bearing system in there. Really very good. Unlike the HK ones, it doesn't come with a cutout on top for open sight aperture. You just pick the largest hole and you aim with that. Okay. Having said that, really no problem, and it is adjustable for windage and elevation. So also no problem. The port on it is a slightly different colour, as with a real steel. That's a very nice addition. It is a slightly greyer parkerized looking colour. And as you bring it back, you'll note you have got your hop in there. Okay, back for less, forward for more. Don't push on the bit with hop written on it. That's just a scale to show you which notch you're on. I made the mistake of doing that a couple of times, and that made me look very silly. Now you'll see in the top there, you've got your gearbox shell, your piston, and you've got, well, the spring for charging handle there. Really quite chunky. Great design. Burger and Vomit trademarks, MP5, and it's got your serial number right there. These are not unique, I don't believe, but I may be wrong. They could be. I'm pretty sure they aren't. Select the switch. Nice, easy, crisp, good lock. Trigger. Alright. Really good. It is the case you have to release it the whole way. You can't just tap it like an ICS Pro. You will note it's soft like a Maori trigger. It is very good. The trigger response on it is great. Alright, really good. Rate of fire as well. I know it should be dry firing it, but yeah, here it goes. Right, that's just off of an 8.4 volt. Right, really no problem with it there. Decent bit of kit. Battery's a bit low. I've been doing shooting with it all day, and I'm knackered. I have to say, the weight of the gun is probably a positive. You could say. It depends. If you're after a very lightweight gun for CQB, which is very easy to get around doors and streamlined, go for it. Because if you're, any real sort of strength, you'll be able to carry it. It's not that heavy. Fully loaded with a battery, you're looking at about 3 kilograms. So it's not really much heavier than most M4s. About the same. If anything, a little bit heavier actually. So really decent. Sling, you've got your standard sling mounts for standard MP5. Really nothing wrong with those. Your front sights, your rear sights, all metal. Your release here, plastic mechanism. Stock can be completely removed. Very simple. Pull. Okay, when it locks, I really kid you not, it locks. Okay, when you want to remove it, pull, and away it comes, straight off. You'll notice the arms are metal, and it's steel, not just any sort of old metal. Really good Simon stock. No problem with that. Okay, the gun itself, wonderful. I found no problems with it, and of course, it is threaded. Okay, threaded barrel. Battery compartment in the foregrip, standard MP5 affair. You need a small 8.4 or you need a LiPo battery. And it will come front wired out the box on the A5 variant, and it will be small Tamiya. Apart from that, there's really not much to say, other than externally, the quality is fantastic. Okay, really, really good. Internally, Classic Army gearbox, it's none too bad. It's really quite acceptable. And honestly, I would have to say, I can see myself using this a lot. I've already got a lot of use out of it. I plan to get a lot more use from it. Upgrade potential, really up there. It's a good platform rifle. If you wanted to upgrade it to a woodland gun, you really can. Okay, so here it goes. Let's go and do some shooting. Okay, first up is going to be the target at 15, then at 20, then at 25 up the top by the garage. I'm going to be firing from a bit behind the camera, and they are steel plates made by Great Fun Targets. Put the link in the description. They're on Facebook. Like the page. There we go. Well, after hitting the bucket on my first shot, I soon realised where it was actually going, and after that, not too bad. As you can tell, for a CQB gun, really more than adequate. Okay, that big tree right at the end there is 50 meters away from here, so I'm going to try and hit it, and I'll zoom in now for the purposes of actually having any idea where the BBs are going on the camera, and we shall see what happens. Effective hop up on these guns, by the way, Classic Army hop up, really not all that bad. Just falling short. You're looking at about 45 meters, roughly, maximum range on this gun. Okay, my AK will reach it. The M16 I used to have would reach it. A few other guns would reach it. This one won't quite. Rate of fire, as you can tell, is really good. This is only a 1,100 mAh battery, and it's an 8.4 volt, so nothing too big, but I can easily get 2,000 rounds out of this one. Really not demanding. Dave sent this to me with an M90 spring in it, so the rate of fire is really, really good. Just about hitting the tree there. Now, having said this, it is a small gun. It's really not designed for outdoor use. Okay, so by all means, for a CQB gun, if anything, the range is actually more than adequate out the box. You don't really need to do anything to it. You certainly don't need to change the hop, it's very effective, but quite happily hop a .3 if you have to. I wouldn't go that far. Obviously you're losing a hell of a lot of velocity at that point. .2s work really well with the gun. Externally, like I've already said in the review, wonderful. The accuracy in CQB terms, far more than adequate even out the box. If you clean your barrel and you keep it well, no problems. You really won't find any issue with this, okay? Classic Army's MP5A5, the Burger & Vomit one, truly brilliant. Great gun out the box. I'm not really sure about the stock on the original out the box version. Probably just as good, near enough, but maybe a little bit looser fit. Like I said, Dave did fit me a Cyber stock because he said there was less wobble. Dave does not believe in doing a half job. Dave loves to do things really down to a T.